So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with...
I'm Brandon from Home Is Where.
We're asking some questions here about the upcoming album, The Whaler. So congrats on that. By the way, how do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
It's not, I don't know. It seems pretty good. I haven't seen very much about it yet, but I hope people like it.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're talking to you 4 hours before it comes out.
Is it only 4 hours? Oh
it's
my
only
God.
4
Oh my
hours.
goodness. Shit.
Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling excited? What are you feeling?
I'm ready for LP3.
God damn.
I'm ready for
Take
LP.
a
I'm over it. I'm done with LP2. It's done.
Old
We're already in a new era.
Yeah, you're like, we don't even have to tour this one. We got LP3 on the back burner. Let's do it.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't mean to deter. We've always kind of operated like that, where as soon as we're done recording whatever we're working on, we're immediately on the next thing. So that's kind of just kind of how we operate.
Hell yeah.
So because you're kind of in that rotation of once this is done, we're over it, we move on to the next thing. Do you ever kind of have a chance to like soak in like, shit, we did it, we're done, people are enjoying it, or do you just kind of like completely move past it?
Well, that was the pandemic. That was the whole That's all we could do. You
Yeah.
know, it didn't even. It still doesn't feel real. Like it doesn't feel like it happened because it all happened like through like a screen. So I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm probably not enjoying it as much as I should, or like relishing it as much as I should. I'm like a workaholic.
It's so crazy finally getting to chat with you. I mean, what, it's been 2 years since
That's wild.
I became Birds, and just so much has fucking changed. I mean, when we spoke, you guys were on Knife Punch, now you're on Wax Bodega.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, we had to set this up with actual PR. Like,
Yeah.
I know
the
I love
trajectory of the band is just fucking wild over the last
Fucking
couple
awesome.
of years.
Mhm.
It's so, because that's what like I think with all doing it, like everything basically by myself, and like with the band members like helping me with what they could and stuff, but ultimately like a lot of it falling on me, which is fine. Is how it's. I'm not complaining about that aspect, but it's like a lot to handle. So having like, people helping me out is like doing like really, like, I don't know, it feels really helpful, and I don't feel like there's so many things like in my head.
No, that's good.
It's just,
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just there's more room for cobwebs now.
That's great. Head empty.
Hell.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's-
and y'all, it's crazy to see how y'all rose up too since the last time we talked. I mean, you've talked to some crazy people, like
Great.
since like, and I'm like, whoa, that's awesome.
I appreciate it. I mean, it's great. Like, we have both really, kind of blossomed since the last time we've spoken. It's great to reconnect now where we're
Yeah.
both at,
Well, now that we're both big deals,
Of course, yeah.
we got mad
we're
money.
fucking taking it over.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, finally got the AdSense. Absolutely
Mhm.
rolling in it. Let me
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you.
Oh,
I'm ready to
fuck
quit
yeah.
my job about tomorrow.
Lucky.
This is where the money's at. 1,000 subscribers and a little bit of AdSense on YouTube. That's where it's at.
Y'all are baking. Y'all are interviewing the Wiggles. Y'all are living the life.
Of course,
Yeah.
man.
Fuck yeah.
God,
Fuck
God.
And,
People out here seething with jealousy.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just in the streets, just foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. I can't even go to shows anymore because they're like, "Oh, you're that bitch from Good Noise Podcast."
do a lot of people come up to you at shows now? Has it been? Because I've known it's a little different for me going to shows now. So how is it with y'all now?
Genuinely, I've had maybe since like the podcast has started, maybe like 3 people that I didn't know come up to me at shows. Like, have you interviewed people? And I'm like, maybe. And
You're
so-
getting interviewed.
like,
It's-
it's actually a little scary. I don't
The
fucking
turntables.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
only the like the smaller, like not so much DIY, but like localish kind of shows that I go to, because I also
Scene shows.
I also manage bands, so like I'm around some
Nice.
like smaller shows and whatnot, and those are the shows where people come up to me. But the bit like walking in to go see Paramore, no one's like, oh
No
my
one's-
god, you interviewed the Whaler. Like, that
Shane
doesn't
from Good
fucking
Noise
happen.
Podcast.
Billy
No,
Williams
no,
just
no.
shouts y'all out.
Yeah.
Like, on
Oh
the
my
stage.
god. Oh damn. Fucking wish.
That's next.
Yeah.
That's the next. That's the next guest.
Dude,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
Hopefully she'll
actually
remember her
why
name.
we have a hard end at 8:30 on this one, because Haley Williams is already in the waiting room.
she is. Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Got two redheads.
Yeah. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover
No.
art? Oh. Next question. All right, go on, Shane.
Would you like to elaborate on that no at all, or?
No. Yeah, no. It means a lot of things. To find out more, purchase the album. Link here. No, I don't know. It's a lyric in two songs, and we always do that thing where we have a lyric be the album title. But also it was like, I don't know. It means a lot different things to me. But basically it's like reaping what you sow, being careful, like how to cope with like desire, and like if what you really want is what you really want, or if you're like just want to want kind of thing, it's all just a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I love it.
All right. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Why?
Because we're curious.
You're gonna have comebacks for every single one of the questions we have tonight.
It's gonna be the hardest interview ever.
The writing this one, I mean, it was different because with our last record, Birds, the thing I became, it was it took a long time to write that record. Took like almost 10 years. Probably closer to 9. I don't remember anymore. But it took a really long time. And for this one, it was written over the course of like 2 years, and it never really felt done. Like we went into the studio with songs like not I guess they were kind of technically incomplete, but we knew we were going to utilize like studio like magic stuff to like fill out the space or something like that. So it would sound weird in the garage when we would play together. But then once we finally started, like, we're in the studio and realized what we were able to do and what we weren't able to do, figured like a lot of trial and error with different sounds and things like that. So we basically wrote the record up until it was done being recorded. Yeah.
Okay. So like you mentioned kind of going into the studio with this one, not having it 100% fleshed out. Was there any sort of like anxiety going into that? Because obviously the last record, wrote it for 10 years. I would have to assume, and I'm sure we talked about it, that like it was pretty much done when it was time to be recorded.
Yeah, it was for sure. There was nothing that wasn't, the only thing we had to work on were like horn arrangements, but we already kind of had those written either on like harmonica or on guitar for the other person, for Wes Meadows to play. And then here, and thankfully like Jack was like on board with it, because he wanted to, once he understood what we were trying to like go for, once we explained it to him, he was really on board and got really excited about different ideas and different possibilities. Like it was like on one of the songs, there's the outro to it is a field recording of us in like a smash room, like where we're just breaking like a ton of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a really last minute like idea. There was like a lot of last minute lyric changes too, and a complete and like different different stuff. Like it felt strange at first, but like going into it, but once we started performing it, and once it's like it came together really quickly. There wasn't really any kind of anxiety about whether it sounded cool or not to us. It was like, yeah, this works.
And does the album, like, it feels finished for you now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, it couldn't have, I don't think it really could have been finished until we were in the studio, no matter how, unless we, had like basically like a pocket orchestra in Joe's garage at the same time. Good. Have you all heard did our team
when we were talking when we were talking Tuesday night about rescheduling this, I was just like, yes, I let your team know. Like I knew you were cracking up on the other end.
They're just so silly.
But Jack and Hector they sent it over and we gave it a spin.
We did give it a little spin.
The album is awesome.
It does rock.
Yeah, so you like, thank you. So you hear that there's like a lot of shit going on, and there's no way we could have just, and especially because like we all live in like kind of different places now. So it's like it's way harder for us to get together, like just the four of us. Like I couldn't imagine like trying to like find somebody to play like pedal steel, like come over to Joe's house. So, and not even be on the record, just like help us figure out like certain arrangements, because there's no way we could like fly them out, like we don't have Phoebe Bridgers money or anything like that, but like Wax Bodega did really help us out with like everything, like really made this album like possible, and I'm really, really appreciative. What was the question? I had to do the obligatory label kiss on the hand. What did I answer your question?
You answered the question
in the beginning. You did,
but my I got two things. One, what do you mean you guys have so many monthly listeners you don't have Phoebe Bridgers money? Number two, when we're talking about bringing this into a live setting, like how are you guys going to envision that? Will it be backing tracks? Have you fleshed out the songs in a certain way?
Nope.
Cool.
Tours in less than a month.
We're not even gonna play them. We're playing LP3 songs on this tour.
Oh god damn it.
No, I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's probably just gonna be the four of us, just fucking jamming, just feeling it out, having a good time, not even just jams, not even songs. We're just gonna jam, and that's it. We're not gonna talk the entire time either.
The fans will eat that shit right up.
We're gonna have our backs to the crowd. I'm gonna sit down the whole time.
What is it? You're just describing a Tool concert now.
Well, I'm also gonna be eating like a cake, like just a full-blown wedding cake on stage.
That's gonna get a lot every night,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's probably. I would really like to have like local people. Like maybe we'll like send out like a tweet, like any trumpet players, any pedal steel players in this area want to come, play with us tonight or something. And if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it's just, I always like to hear certain things in different contexts. Like that's one of the things I really like about like modern Bob Dylan, especially, is that he'll play all the old songs from like the 60s and the 70s and stuff, but like completely rearrange them. So they have like, I don't know, just like a new context. And that's something that we're kind of playing around with. Like, I really want to rewrite for a live context, like different like passages from old stuff, like from Our Mouths to Smile, or like more of the spacey sample parts of this record. Maybe do something on stage with just the four of us, like just do something different.
All right. Sounds good.
You sound disappointed. You're like, all right.
I'm out of follow-up questions. It's time to move on to the next one.
Fantastic. I love it. Let's just gun it out. Let's do this.
Oh yeah. So what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Lily Pad Pupils took fucking forever to write. The second track on this record. God, that song's fucking asshole song. I hate that song. No, I love that song. That song's good. But when we wrote it like a year ago and we were playing it, and somebody sent me a video of us on the Laura Jane Grace Anthony Green and the Tim Casher tour that we did. And somebody sent us a video asking what the song was, and it's Lily Pad Pupils, but it's like a completely different song now. That was just funny to remember, like how it started with like a really simple riff and then became like a 6-minute weird odyssey kind of thing. And then my favorite song on the record's been changing around a little bit. Right now I'm really feeling Chris Farley. But I think as far as where our headspace is at, like where we're like, because I feel like a lot of records always have like a song on them that like kind of teases what the next sound is or whatever for a lot of artists. I feel like Daytona 500 is probably like the peak into where we're gonna explore more, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's interesting. So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, close a big closer, shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
Yeah, so it's the same process with it, because I write the lyrics first, and then once I feel like the lyrics are done, I bring it to Tilly, and then we write the songs together, just like acoustic and maybe a harmonica if we can figure it out, if it's melodic enough or fleshed out enough. But yeah, everything's written to be where it is on the record, on purpose. That's how every record is for us. I don't write like songs and then just we see how they fit. They're written deliberately to be where they are.
Mm-hmm. I would just like to say that the fucking album flows so well. Like, honestly, one of the best flowing records I've heard in a minute. It's just it kind of feels like I just put on one continuous song.
Yeah,
because they just like, were the songs written that way, or did you kind of add the interludes in after the fact?
No, well, yeah, we had to write them after, but we knew there were supposed to be transitions. Like, that was like the whole thing. Because if I don't know if you caught it, but if you keep the album on a loop, like on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, there's no stop. It's a perfect sync. It doesn't end, and that has a lot to do with like the themes on the record about like it, being the about somebody stuck in like a degrading time loop. And yeah, that was super intentional. The ideas for it came about kind of last minute. Like, for some stuff we knew that, like Skin Meadow into Lily Pad, it was gonna we wanted it to feel like you were like caught in like a building falling down, like you're like caught in like the debris of that or whatever. Like, it just sounds like we're dropping stuff all the time on the record. And then but like for like the Jingle Bells, from the second to last track into the last track, like that was just like, well, let's see if it works, and if it doesn't, we'll do something else. But we had like a lot of fun doing the Jingle Bells, and we kept it in. So yeah, some of it was definitely like, it was on paper, but a lot of it was just kind of like last minute studio, but like just fucking around.
Makes sense. Didn't listen to the album on a perfect loop, but God, do I love when records do that. So I'm gonna have to give another spin on the perfect loop.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
I don't know. It wasn't in a good place. I don't want to get too into it, but it was yeah, I wasn't having a good time. And that's where a lot of the it got pretty rough for a little while. And that's where a lot of this came from.
All right.
I hope you're doing better now. I hope you're in a better headspace now, Shane.
This is the only interview where I fucking say all right and just start cracking up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm depressed. I had a really rough. All right.
All right. So anyway, I hope you're doing better now.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I hope you're doing better, Brandon.
Shane.
All right.
Time's over. You're done.
So I highly recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time. Should do it in the car with friends and dark with headphones on. Is a workout album, party album. What do you personally recommend?
I honestly recommend on vinyl. Because we recorded it analog, and not to be this bitch, I don't really notice it that often, but when I put this record on the turntable versus when I was listening to it in like Dropbox, it was like, I don't know, it felt so much more full and like alive, and like I'm like trying really hard not to say organic, but I'm gonna say it sounded organic. But I don't think this is like a hanging out with friends record, like, at all. I think if this is, then God bless. You have a weird, you might be the Unabomber, but like
he just died.
Yeah.
Damn.
But like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's like some songs on there that I feel like would be good for like a hanging out with friends like playlist, but as far as like a whole record, like, I don't know, it's like you know, like sometimes there's like you watch like a good movie, but that doesn't mean it's like going to be a movie night movie because it's just going to fuck up your day a little bit, you know.
That makes sense.
Gotta
So I
fuck
guess
up the hangout sesh.
yeah, fuck up the vibe just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your head. I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Boy, 9/11.
That's 2.
Boy, 9. Is it so? Does 9/11 count as a phrase, or is it a 2 words?
9. It's usually just 9/11. Are you saying okay? So
okay.
are you doing the date or like the word 9 and then 11?
I'm seeing it words in my head.
Okay,
9-11.
Oh well, then that just makes it 1. So take the hyphen.
Wait. Oh yeah.
There's way too much confusion with this.
Yeah.
Boy, 9/11.
Boy, 9/11. Okay.
I did see you tweeting about that today. And I didn't know if that was like serious or not. So I guess we're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, it's 100% serious and very earnest. Yeah, it's it's a big part of the record. It's 9/11.
Okay.
Makes sense. So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
No, I don't. I really try to. We all we try to make the music and the lyrics totally up for interpretation. Like I don't want to tell you that this is the sad song. I don't want to tell you that this is the one you get angry to or mosh to or whatever. I want you to figure that out, kind of thing.
Hell yeah! Fucking love when artists say that. All right. So, are you able to talk about any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this album, positive or negative?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's so much. It's like 2 years of life into it. So there's a lot in there, and not a lot at the same time. What was the question?
Just standout moments from the creation of the album, positive or negative.
I had a really good time with Dan Pott, who plays a lot with Jeff Rosenstock, and he did the pedal steel on the record, and it was just a treat to talk to him and like hang out with him and just watch him play pedal steel, because he's not like a like the pedal steel guy he's just good at it, you know. But it was just really fun to watch him like play and like talk about music and stuff, and he was just really nice. And just working with Jack Shirley too was like fucking like crazy, because Jack, like 10 years ago, you know, Sunbather came out, and like that's why we made the record with him, is because that's probably why I'm like doing a lot of what I'm doing, honestly, is because that record came out and just clicked something in my head. I really liked working with Jack Shirley. Something I didn't like though was we were staying in a really shitty Airbnb where these people kept cooking really weird smelling meats at like 3 a.m. I think they were like European or something, because like it'd be dead quiet in the daytime, but at nighttime they'd be having like weird little cocktail parties in the Airbnb and like cooking this weird ass meat. And it's like, if you're here from Europe, like, why aren't you going out and like doing stuff? You know, you obviously have a budget for strange meats. Why not just go to like a club or, like a nice restaurant or something? Why the fuck are you sleeping all day in this Airbnb that's full of ants and all kinds of critters? We thought we saw like a creature once, like all of us had a different encounter with a creature that was like in the backyard of this place. And we all like, I don't think Tilly had any, but me, Joe, and Connor kept like, Connor saw it twice, me and Joe just once. So when I see kept seeing, it's not like kept seeing, but there's something out there. You know, have you ever seen Lady in the Water? The M. Night Shyamalan movie?
I have not.
It's fucking terrible. But there's like these little dogs made out of grass in that movie, and that's kind of what it looked like. It looked like a weregrass dog. It was so weird. And it really freaked us out.
Well, I'm glad that you got the full circle moment with Jack.
Absolutely.
But it feels like bands make some of their best records when they have the most fucked up like living experience outside of the album, because we've had a lot of conversations with bands about great albums where they're like, but let me tell you about what happened outside of the record. Like,
yeah, no, that was definitely true. We after a certain point, like we were like begging Jack to like for us to just hang out in the studio, like just because we really just like we didn't want to go back to the Airbnb until we were certain that we would just fall asleep, you know, because it was pretty run down. It was in a it was just like, you know, we're all really far from home, and like I don't think any of us had ever been to like Oakland area before, so it was pretty different than what we're used to, like just like it was more like a city environment than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little bit more like kind of like towny, but it's a city, you know, and you know, I had a good time and I had a strange time. I wouldn't say I had a bad time. I would like to thank Jack for letting us basically just like live with him for a week.
Shout out Jack.
Shout out Jack.
So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
I'm probably gonna steal a bag of chips. I'm probably gonna go for a bag of chips. Probably if it's an off day, if I don't eat chips on a show night, because I'm a fucking diva, and yeah, probably like a classic like kettle cooked Cape Cod bullshit, or some salt and vinegar crap. I might go for some I don't know. I'm not really like I like cookies. I might get a cookie, like chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. What's y'all's? What are you getting?
I'm going for the chips no matter what.
What flavor?
Dill pickle Lay's if they have them. If not, salt and vinegar's fine. The purple Dorito bags, those smack as well. During the Christmas season, I go for the Sprite Cranberry. During the summer season, I go for the Baja Blast.
Nice.
And other than that, I stay away from that shit.
Very classy. I like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I somewhat recently learned about popcorners from Ricky Armelino. He told me about
What are
them.
those?
They're like fucking like it's popcorn, but like popped into the shape of like a Dorito. And it's like it's the
awesome.
best thing ever. It is genuinely like the best texture ever, and the flavors are fucking amazing. You need to get some like the kettle corn flavor. That's my that's my favorite. The white cheddar version, it's like okay, but like the kettle corn, damn, shit's beautiful. Shit's beautiful. Yeah.
And I would like to add on, Hershey's recently started doing plant-based Reese's cups.
He was telling me about this earlier.
I had them once. Fucking hooked now. After this interview, I'm going to go to Rite Aid. I have an online order to pick up 6 packs of them. I'm fucking stoked. I'm indulging tonight.
What does plant-based Hershey's even mean? What's in it?
No milk.
No milk.
Oh, okay.
I'm vegan, so now I finally get to eat them.
God bless. I was vegan for a minute. It was fun. I don't know. Once I moved because I was living in a city. That's why I was vegan, because it was just easier. Like I was like, oh, I can do it now without worrying. And I moved out of the city. I'm so lazy. I'm gonna go back to it at some point, but out here it's a little different. It's a little expensive to maintain that lifestyle. But one day I'll get back on the horse, or should I say, get off the horse, because I won't be exploiting any animals.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll be petting the horse.
Exactly. Fuck yeah. Okay. So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Cannolis.
Okay.
I like cannolis.
All right. That's all it needs to. That's the excuse is good enough.
Yep.
Reasoning is perfect.
So
what would you be? What would the Good Noise podcast be?
We haven't gotten this one. It has to be vegan. Okay. I'm sorry.
The disappointment in your eyes.
That wasn't a diss. That was realization. It can't be like fucking Give me a
What
second.
Can't be
about
real.
fucking spaghetti, bro?
Can we have like the veggie meatballs? I do like those. I like
Sure.
bacon meatballs. Okay, I'm
Only
okay
if
with
they're from
spaghetti.
IKEA.
I've never had that before.
I
I've only
haven't
had
either.
the Aldi brand. So then why are you fucking vouching for fucking IKEA?
I heard they kind of taste like tires. I don't know.
Dude, those are the actual meatballs. Like those are made of meat. Those are meatballs, brother.
No. They they have the veggie ones. They have vegan shit at the IKEA snack bar too. I
Well,
watched
how about
Keith
you
eat the
try
menu.
that? Actually, wait. Now that I'm thinking, I don't like the vegetarian meatballs. I take that back. I don't like them.
This is terrible. This is terrible. We're
Let's
vegan.
just give-
We're
Lasagna.
meatballs.
We're lasagna.
Fine. We can be lasagna.
We're
That's good.
lasagna.
With vegan
God
meatballs
bless.
on the side.
Take those fucking meatballs off. Get that shit out of here. I hate that shit.
So for this last question, we're going to shift away from music. We're going to put the band in a horror movie. Who's dying first? Who's surviving until the end?
I think Tilly's dying first. I'm so sorry, Tilly. I'm so sorry. And who's surviving? Just based on like just sheer like, it's like almost like how like Mr. Magoo like doesn't fall downstairs, you know, like even though you know, I don't know how. Do you know who Mr. Magoo? I barely know who Mr. Magoo
I've
is.
heard
you know?
I've heard of Mr. Magoo.
I don't. Yeah,
I don't know.
that one's for the boomers in the audience. Can you remember
All
Mr.
0 of
Magoo?
them.
Probably I would. I would probably either. I would want to put my money on Connor making it to the end, but it's Joe. It's definitely Joe, like making it to the very end.
Yeah,
Joe's got a wife. He's got, you know, he's got a reason to live, to keep going. He's got something to fight for.
yeah.
We have nothing.
He's got his shit figured out. He has to live.
He really has his shit figured out. Yeah, I would make it a little while.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I've seen enough horror movies. I think. I think
know
I'd
what to
make it a little
expect.
bit, but then I would sacrifice myself heroically for Joe.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
because
so
you're the
great.
comic relief character, so you have to live right
you
up
have to stay
until.
long.
I'm the token trans character, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tilly's dead, so she's
Oh,
gone.
fuck!
Yeah.
So-
Right out the gate.
Right out the gate, yeah. I feel like yeah. I'm sorry, Tilly. I'm so sorry, but you know it's true. She's got to know deep down.
So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
We have a fucking album out. It's called The Wailer. It's out everywhere there's music. We're going on tour in July and in September. We're going on tour with Smidley. You hear about this? You know about this guy, Smidley? He's the guy from Foxing. Foxing's the band with the song Rory, you know, from 10 fucking years ago. They're a good
The band
band.
with the song.
They're a good band. Fuck, what else? September, it's Your Arms Are My Cocoon. And this little fucking weirdo. And Awake But Still in Bed. Plus we got so many good locals opening for us. Are you fucking kidding me? We got shit you can buy. You know,
Where can you buy it?
I don't know. Google Home is where.
Fuck.
I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. You know, ask my team. Hit up my team.
There you go. There you go. There
Get the
you
team
go.
in here.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. We got other stuff. We got LP3 coming sometime. It's written. Fuck you.
Fuck.
I don't know.
And
What do you have to plug? Now it's your turn to plug.
I'm gonna plug all right. Next time I will make sure that I don't say all right after every question, just for you, Brandon. I got you.
All right.
That's what I have to plug. So
That's all the questions we have for you today.
Thank
anything you
you.
wanna
That was fun.
So this has been
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Thank you for sitting down with us.
I forgot where we were even going with this.
It's okay.
Well, thank you for now. This has been Brandon from Home Is Where, and we have been the Good
You're
Noise
welcome.
Podcast.